Hey guys, what's up? It's Noah with Hey on TV, and this is going to be a brand new video on how to make your videos better on Vegas Pro. Now, what I mean by make your videos better is not really how you edit it, but really how you put it together and make it work, as in how you render the video. Most people that use Vegas Pro render the videos at 720p, 30 frames per second. I'm going to show you how to do it at 1080p, 60 frames per second. So say you have your video here, like your little video. Actually, this video right here is the tutorial I did of the exact same thing just now, but there's no audio on it, so I'm redoing it. So basically, you take your video right here and you go to File, Render As, just normal like you're about to render a video, and your Render As will pop up here. Now you have all these options to choose from. I go with WNV or WMV because that always works for YouTube. Some of these will sometimes work and won't work and stuff like that, but most of the time, or for the most part, there's a good bit of these that will work, but this is the best one because most of these I believe are just like for pictures and such. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna show favorite for 720p 30 frames per second, and then show favorite for 1080p 30 frames per second. And by doing this, you can just click this and it'll only show these two. But I want to show you this real quick. The reason you'll do 30 frames per second, 30p, right here, is because if you do 24p or 25p on either one of these, it'll look kind of choppy. It'll look almost good, but it won't be as good as 30 frames per second. Because the human eye sees solid motion at 30 frames per second, so if it's anything below that, it'll look like picture. So that's what you want to do. You're going to hit show favorites only, so that way you have just this, and this way you can keep it show favorites only 100% of the time, and that way this is the only two things you have to choose from. But see, it only says 30 frames per second, so you can go ahead and click on that and customize template to make it 60 frames per second. You go to video, and right here at frame rate FPS, it's currently at 29.970. You're gonna hit this drop down menu right here, and you can see your different options. You never want to choose anything below 29, so you'll always want to stay up here, and it really doesn't matter right here, but you want to go to the very bottom one, which is 59.94, which is just right at 60 frames per second, and it's going to be perfect. Now for video smoothness, you want to drop it up to 100 or bring it up to 100. It really doesn't change it that much that I've seen. It doesn't really do anything different. So you hit OK, put your title as high or whatever your title is going to be of your video, and go ahead and start rendering it. Now, the only way you could actually have 1080p 60 frames per second is if your settings on your Elgato or whatever capture are 60 frames 1080p. So right here, my settings are 1080p 60 frames, but some other ones may not be that. You may have it 720 30 frames or 1080 30 frames because maybe you have the older Elgato and it can't handle 60 frames or anything like that. But this will not work unless you have this set up like that. So you can go to settings right here, and you could do that. You could allow 60 frames per second and do 1080p, all that. And a good way to like set this up perfectly, if your computer does not work, like if this video right here goes choppy and ugly and stuff like that, when you have it set up when you have it set up with 1080p 60 frames, you can go ahead and pause the video right when you get it restarted. Like as soon as you open Elgato, pause the video, and it'll like work perfectly, because when you go to render it, it'll catch itself up and it will not buffer or look crappy at all. So that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. It's been the Heon or Noah, and leave a like if this helped you at all, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace out.